pandemic situation. We all know that the National Nutrition Week celebrated from 1 September to 7 September. Due to this pandemic situation, we have chosen online platform to celebrate our National Nutrition Week. And my students have prepared something special from this week. So let's start and thank you.
Hello, I'm Doyle Banerjee, a student of nutrition. The Nutrition Week 2020 is observed across the world from September 1 to September 7. As a part of it, today we are going to discuss about obesity or overweight. Being an overweight person, I felt that obesity is a big problem. Overweight causes both mental and physical problems, and I have faced both of these problems. Obesity is a direct and indirect cause of various diseases like
diabetes, high blood pressure, heart diseases, certain type of cancer, kidney diseases, and so on. Obesity is not only a physical problem but also a mental problem. Obesity creates a shameful physique. As a result, they have to be humiliated in various ways in different places. Mental problems are removed with the help of family and friends, but physical problems are not cured. Its one and only solution is losing weight, healthy food habit and daily exercise. Lots of people around the world suffer from the problem of obesity. We need to change our diet for losing overweight. Being overweight person, I have changed my daily routine from few days. Now come to the next point, that is junk foods. We have to stop eat foods consistent with taste. Avoiding junk foods is very easy due to lockdown. We should avoid consuming sweets to reduce the overweight. And more important things is that one should walk daily at least 30 minutes along with physical exercise. As I am an overweight person and foodie, I have known that dieting is not easy. When we think about dieting, at first we throw out our daily intakes like rice, bread, etc. But this is completely incorrect way to maintain diet. As a girl of Bengali family, it is really hard to exclude daily intakes at a very short time. Carbohydrates is very important and essential element for our body. That's why we should intake rice and bread, because it is consistent with carbohydrates. We should maintain the quantity such type of food, and we should increase some of nutrients food like green vegetables in our daily routine for losing overweight and helps of build up immunity. In our generation, lack of patience is a major issue, so that we try to losing the overweight as early as possible. As a result, we resort to various unhealthy diet like keto. But these are not correct way. 10 kg per month is absolutely incorrect for health. Rather, 1 to 2 pounds per week weight loss is good for health. So, we must be patient. Now, we move to the next point, that is calorie counting. An adult woman needs 2300 to 2500 calories per day. But this is not fixed. As per work, height, weight and metabolism rate is dependent. When we start dieting, we start counting the calories like 1500 calories or 1200 calories per day. But this is not the right way to do so. A 1200 calorie diet should not be done in a way. For example, I skipped my breakfast and had 2 sweets, and at lunch I had Maggie. This habit is extremely unhealthy. Keeping an empty stomach or skipping milk is harmful for our body. The thing which we should do is consult a dietitian and eat healthy meals in order for losing weight naturally and without harming our body. In the present time of pandemic, when immunity boosting is most important, we must eat healthy and practice some freehand exercise on a regular basis. I have already started my weight loss journey, and I would request you all to start your journey of a healthy diet in this nutritional week.
Hello, I am Multi Mandal. I am third semester student of nutrition from Balurghat Women's College. Today I am going to discuss about nutrition requirement of school-going children. Maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise is very important for all individuals, especially school-going children 6 to 12 years. These children are required to eat a variety of food from each food group to ensure optimal intake of all vitamins and minerals. Nutritional needs of school-going children are energy, protein, essential fatty acid, calcium, iron, and vitamin.
Energy. Carbohydrates and fat provide energy for growth and physical activity. During period of rapid growth, appetite increase and children train to eat constantly. When growth slows, appetites decrease and children eat less at meal times. The brain needs energy to function properly. The good source of energy are jowar, bajra, ragi, banana, potato, etc. The recommended allow ones are protein. Protein builds, maintains and repair body tissue. It is especially important for growth. It is important that parents encourage children to eat 2 to 3 serves of protein daily. Good source of protein are some nuts, some vegetable, meat, egg, fish, soybean, etc. The recommended dietary allowance of protein are fatty acid. Fatty acid play a role in brain development and brain function, particularly learning and memory. It's been suggested that increase the amount of fatty acid that school-going children get can involve performance in school. Some nuts, seeds, vegetable oil, meat, fish also contain fatty acid. Calcium. Calcium is important in building strong bone and teeth. Bone density suffers when calcium needs are not met during childhood years. Osteoporosis a weakened disease affect a significant proportion of adults. Especially calcium is needed at 10 to 12 years to meet demand of skeletal growth. Milk and dairy products and some dark green leaf vegetable, nuts, foods are good source of calcium. The recommended allowance are iron. Children need iron because of rapidly expanding blood volume during growth. Meats, fish, poultry and cereals are the best source of iron. The recommended allowance of iron are vitamin. Good source of vitamin are egg, milk, carrot, orange, tomato, green beans, nuts, seeds, dark green leaf vegetable, banana, etc. The recommended allowance of different vitamins are nutritional problem is school growing children, obesity, eating disorders, blood cholesterol levels, dental crisis, anemia.
So if you can include all type of food in your diet, you will get all the present of different foods. Not single food is complete. Every food has different nutrients, different vitamin, different mineral. So if you must essential that you include different variety of foods in the child diet. Thank you.
Hello, I am Shiulishi and I am a second year student of nutrition. Today I am here to talk to about nutrition requirement of pregnancy and what kind of foods can boost immunity during pregnancy. Pregnancy, also known as gestation, is the time during which or more offspring develops inside a woman. Pregnancy is by far the most beautiful experience one could ever be part of. This is not just for mothers but for fathers as well. It's one of the most unique and special types of bonding and love that exist. For a woman to create, grow and give birth to another life is rather extraordinary. Another common term you will hear throughout your pregnancy is trimester. A pregnancy is divided into
three trimesters is from week 1 to the end of the week 12. This is the most crucial to your baby's development. During this period, your baby's body structure and organ systems develop. But most miscarriages and birth defects occur during this period. So, be careful at this stage. Your body also undergoes major changes during the first trimester. These changes often cause a variety of symptoms, including nausea, fatigue, breast tenderness, and frequent urination. Although these are common pregnancy symptoms. Next, the second trimester is from week 13 to the end of the week 26. The second trimester of pregnancy is often called the golden period because many of the unpleasant effects of early pregnancy disappear. During the second trimester, you are likely to experience decreased nausea, better sleep patterns, and an increased energy level. However, you may experience a whole new set of symptoms such as back pain, abdominal pain, leg cramps, constipation, and heartburn. Third trimester is from week 27 to the end of the pregnancy. This is the final stage of pregnancy and are probably very excited and anxious for the birth of the baby. Some of the physical symptoms you may experience during this period: shortness of breath, urinary incontinence, and sleeping problems. Many of these symptoms arise from the increase in the size of uterus, which expands from approximately 2 ounces before pregnancy to 2.5 pounds at the time of. So, it's very important to take a healthy and nutritious diet. What a woman eats and drinks during pregnancy is her baby's main source of nourishment. A pregnant woman needs more calcium, folic acid, iron and protein than a woman who is not expecting. Here is what nutrients and foods you need to boost your immunity during pregnancy. Folic acid is a B vitamin that crucial in helping to prevent birth defects in the baby's brain and spinal cord. Foods like leafy green vegetables or enriched cereals, breads and pastas, beans, citrus fruits, etc. Women should take a daily vitamin supplement containing 400 micrograms of folic acid per day for at least 1 month before becoming pregnant. During pregnancy, they advise women to increase the amount of folic acid to 600 micrograms. Second is calcium. This mineral is used to build baby's bones and teeth. If a pregnant woman does not consume enough calcium, the mineral will be drawn from the mother's stores in her bones and given to the baby to meet the extra demands of pregnancy. Foods like milk, yogurt, cheese, calcium, fortified juice and foods, sardines or salmon with bones. Some leafy greens like kale, bok choy, etc. Third is iron. Pregnant women need 27 milligrams of iron per day, which is double the amount needed by women who are not expecting. Foods like meat, poultry, fish, dried beans and peas, iron fortified cereals. Additional amounts of the mineral are needed to make more blood to supply the baby with oxygen. Getting too little iron during pregnancy can lead to anemia and condition resulting in fatigue and increased risk of infection. Fourth is protein. More protein is needed during pregnancy. The nutritional expert committee has recommended during lactation an additional daily intake of 22.9 grams for first 6 months and 15.2 grams for next 6 months. Protein is builder nutrient because it helps to build important organs for the baby such as the brain and heart. I hope this video will help you and give some important information about your pregnancy. Thank you.
I am Vidisha Ghosh, final year student of Food and Nutrition. Today I am talk to about diet. In nutrition, diet is the sum of food consumed by the person or other organism. The word diet often implies the use of specific intake of nutrition for health or weight management, and each person holds some food preferences or some food tubes. This may be due to personal tastes or ethical reasons. Individual dietary choices may be more or less. A completely nutrition requires ingestion and absorption of vitamins and minerals, proteins, fat, essential fatty acid of protein, and fat from fat-containing foods. Also, food energy in the form of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. Dietary habits and choice play a
significant role in the quality of life, health and longevity.
Types of diet. Balanced diet. A healthy diet or balanced diet is a diet that contains the right amount of all the food groups. It includes fruit, vegetables, grains, dairy products and protein. It does not include too much or too little of any kind of food. Normal diet. A healthy diet is one that helps maintain or improve overall health. A healthy diet provides the body with essential nutrition, fluid, macronutrients, micronutrients and adequate calories. A healthy diet may contain whole grain fruit, vegetables, little to no processed food and sweetened beverages. Therapeutic diet. A therapeutic diet is a meal plan that controls the intake of certain foods or nutrients. It is part of the nutrients of a medical condition and are normally prescribed by physician and planned by a dietitian. A therapeutic diet is usually a modification of a regular diet. Thank you.
Hello guys, I am Shushmita Das, a student of Balurghat Mohila Mahavidyalaya, second year batch of Food and Nutrition Department. Today I am going to discuss about nutrition and mental health. You all probably know that the food you ate that affects to your body. Many studies have shown the connection between food and your overall health. New research finds that your food choices may also affect to your mood and your mental health. This is sometimes called food-mood connection. Now I am discussing about the pathway to improve health. People who don't have a healthy diet chart were more likely reported symptoms like depression and many other mental health issues. And there appears to be some association between certain nutrients in food and emotional well-being. Mental well-being is the main component of optimal health and is a status that individuals can manage stress from daily living and make positive achievements. These nutrients include omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acid action on the brain is mainly as a structural and functional component of membrane, phospholipids in brain and retina. Then we come over vitamin B6 and B12. Vitamin B6 and B12 are parts of homocysteine metabolism, and these nutrients result in increased blood level of homocysteine, which aggravate to mental health. Vitamin A, C and E. Vitamin A, C and E are major non-enzymatic antioxidants in food, and there are emerging evidence these antioxidant vitamins are protective against mental disorders. A certain studies have shown that when people take probiotics, their anxiety level, perception of stress, and mental health overlook improve. And the Mediterranean diet is also considered a beneficial diet to overall health and mental health. And lastly, the things to consider. Mental illness is serious. In some cases, it can even be life-threatening. If you are struggling with mental health issue, then talk to your family doctor. Do not just try to treat your mental health problem by changing your diet. Your doctor can help you to find the right treatment. and also help to improve your diet, could improve your mental health.